Right now, there are so many lunchboxes to choose from. There are really a lot of them, different shapes, size, and colors. And I know that many moms feel confused and don't understand if it's worth paying more or if a simple one is totally fine. So I decided to do a small experiment. I bought two lunchboxes. One costs $100 and the other one is just $10. I did this on purpose to really see if it makes sense to spend that much money or if you can buy a cheap one and get the same result. In this video we will test them, shake them, compare them, wash them and see how they work in real life. At the end I will share my honest opinion, so make sure to watch till the end, subscribe so you don't lose our channel. If you are new here, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm a mom of 4 kids and like many moms in America, my daily life is all about school mornings, backpacks, lunchboxes, and food to go. Before, honestly, I didn't really think much about it. I just bought different lunchboxes, some for $5, some for $10, some for $20. And over time, I started to notice that even among cheap lunchboxes, there is a huge difference. They open differently, they close differently, and they fit different amounts of food. And at some point, I became really curious. What does the most expensive option actually offer? Is it really useful or is it just a well marketed product? This is my daughter Saida. She is in middle school and spends quite a lot of time at school. Usually she takes snacks and sandwiches with her. I don't mind sandwiches, but honestly, not every single day. I wanted her to be able to eat something more filling at school and preferably something warm, real homemade food. And that's exactly why I decided to do this lunchbox experiment. And this is my smallest daughter Latifa. She goes to pre-kindergarten for only 2.5 hours. Technically, she doesn't really need a lunchbox because they give snacks there, cookies and things like that. But I don't want her to eat only snacks, so I still pack her a proper lunchbox. It's a simple healthy sandwich just so she can eat something real. Every time I send my kids to school, of course I worry, but I try to let them go with a calm heart because I know they are full and well fed.
Okay.
Alright, the kids are gone and now I'm finally back home. And now I'll show you that this whole video is actually about. Here it is, the Amazon package. I didn't open it before on purpose, so we can unbox everything together. This is the most expensive lunchbox that I could find. I'll say it right away, with all the extras it cost me about $100. Yes, that's expensive. And that's exactly why I was curious that you actually get for this money. When I order things like this, I always look at the quality first, because this is something a child will use every single day and it really needs to be comfortable. By the way, you can order a lot of extra accessories, small containers, different pieces, but I didn't order everything. I only choose the things that really make sense to me. Here we have a metal spoon and fork made of stainless steel. For me, this is a big plus because I don't really like plastic. I also ordered this silicone bottle from the same brand. It's not big, but the size is really good. It also has a straw. And the most important thing, it fits perfectly right inside this lunchbox. And here is a very important detail, this silicone seal. It goes into the slots and makes the lid very tight. If you've ever had food leaking in a lunchbox, you know how important this is. From how it feels, this one shouldn't leak. Another feature of this lunchbox is this thermos container, which should keep food warm. But of course, we'll test that later. There are also dividers, so you can put berries in one section and nuts in another. We close everything, attach the utensil case, And that's it for the unboxing. So we finished unboxing the new lunchbox, and now I want to show you. This is a lunchbox I already had at home. I bought it for $10 at Five Below. That I really like about it is the lid. Each has a built-in pocket for utensils. Yes, they are plastic and I don't really like that. That's why I choose a new lunchbox with stainless steel spoon and fork. But this lunchbox is not bad at all. Today we'll compare them and do a real life test. Let's start with the cheap lunchbox for $10. I already packed food inside. In the big section I have a sandwich. In the other section there is a mandarin, berries and nuts. Everything is separated and neat. Overall it easily fits a regular school lunch. Now I close the lid and here on the lid there is a special place for a fork and spoon. I put them in, close it, and everything stays in place. Now look at the handle. It's open like this and the lunchbox has to stay horizontal. Honestly, for me this is not very convenient. Now let's look at the expensive lunchbox. I open it and inside I have exactly the same food. The same sandwich, the same amount of berries, mandarin and nuts. You can fit this bottle or a regular juice box or chocolate milk. Everything is in one place. Now I close the lunchbox, attach the utensil case, and put the metal spoon and fork inside. And look at the handle. It stays vertical. This is very convenient because this is how kids naturally carry lunchboxes. With the cheap one, you have to take the bottle separately and it takes space in the backpack. Here, everything is in one lunchbox. Let's do a quick first summary. The first plus for the expensive lunchbox is the handle. It's vertical, comfortable and feels natural for a child. The second plus is that the bottle fits inside. Bottle or ready drinks, everything fits perfectly. So for now, the score is expensive 2 points, cheap 0. Now let's do the next test, the shake test. I'm shaking the expensive lunchbox the way it would move inside a child's backpack. I open it and look, everything stayed in place. The sandwich didn't fall apart. The berries and nuts didn't mix. This one passes the test. Now the same test with the $10 lunchbox. I shake it in different ways, stronger and lighter. I open it and unfortunately the snacks got mixed. The berries mixed with the nuts. Here I have dry food, so it's not a big problem. But if you had tomatoes in the one section and cookies in another, it would be a mess. So this is a clear minus for the cheap lunchbox and another plus for the expensive one. So expensive lunchbox has a 3 point and the cheap lunchbox has a 0. But I want to say this right away. This problem is very easy to fix. I just take regular foil, tear off a small piece, cover the food inside and press it down. I close the lid. Now I shake it again. I open it and as you can see, nothing moved. Everything stayed in place. So yes, the problem exists, but it's fixable and not critical. Now let's talk about the most important things for us mom, washing and cleaning. And here it gets interesting. The cheap lunchbox has an inner tray made fully of stainless steel and you can take it out. This is a huge plus. In the expensive lunchbox, nothing comes out and it also tips hours than it open. Not a big issue, but I'll count it as a minus. Here, the cheap one wins. So, expensive lunchbox has a 3 points and the cheap lunchbox has a 1 point. If you use a dishwasher, look how convenient this is. I open the cheap lunchbox, take out the stainless steel tray and put in the dishwasher. I put the lid in separately. Each takes very little space and the plastic body stays clean. You don't even have to wash it. Now the expensive lunchbox. I put it in the dishwasher together with the lid and it takes up a lot of space. This is an obvious minus. Here again, the cheap lunchbox wins. If you don't have a dishwasher and wash everything by hand, it's the same situation. The expensive lunchbox is uncomfortable to wash. The lid gets in the way, it's big and bulky. With the cheap one, you just wash the inner tray like a regular plate, fast and easy. Another plus to the cheap lunchbox. So, Expensive lunchbox has a 3 points and cheap lunchbox has a 3 points too. And now the most important part. The biggest plus of the expensive lunchbox is this thermos container. This is exactly why I bought it. The brand says that it keeps food warm. I followed the instructions. I put boiling water inside, closed it for 5 minutes, then poured the water out, put hot food in and closed it tightly. My daughter Saida was at school and after about 4 to 5 hours, she said the food was still warm. For me, this is a huge plus. My child can eat warm homemade food at school. This is cool. And now we see a winner. Expensive lunchbox has a 4 points and cheap lunchbox has a 3 points. So to sum up this experiment, I don't regret spending $100 on this lunchbox at all. It does exactly that I bought it for. Hot food at school is a deciding factor for me. I also really like that the bottle fits inside and my child doesn't need to carry it separately. But if your child is fine with sandwiches and snacks and doesn't need hot food, there is no reason to buy such an expensive option. The $10 lunchbox does its job very well. It's stainless steel, easy to clean, and more eco-friendly. And some small downsides are easy to fix with something as simple as foil. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like honest comparisons like this, make sure to write in the comments. For us moms, especially moms with many kids, it's really important that our children eat well at school. Assalamu alaikum and I hope to see you again soon.